Do you suck at drones? Today, I'm going to show you how you can become good at flying FPV drones. And I don't mean getting good at doing freestyle tricks and stuff like that. I mean being good at actually piloting and controlling the FPV drone. And basically being in full, total control and being able to go out and fly without fearing that you're just going to crash just cruising around. If you can go out, cruise around, have complete and total control of your quad, and know that you're not going to crash, I think that's a pretty good goal. So if you've never flown a drone before, make sure you get in the simulator for a little bit and just get familiar and comfortable with actually controlling an FPV drone. Because if you try to go out and just fly an actual drone without having any knowledge of how to operate one, it may end up bad. The first thing that you're going to want to do is find yourself a nice wide open area without any obstacles, so you don't run the risk of crashing into something. Because we're not trying to maneuver around things, we're just trying to maintain and get our throttle control down. All right, so the first thing you're going to want to do is just practice hovering. And just gently move your pitch and roll just to stabilize the position that you're in, just to keep a good hover. And then real gently, just hit your throttle. Just real gently, just move your throttle up and down, gently, gently. Just like this, just real slow and steady. Now there's one thing that I want to mention that's really important that a lot of people focus on when they first start. You know, only because there's a lot of content out on YouTube about your rates, but when you're just starting out and learning FPV, you don't need to worry about rates at all. Because you really have no frame of reference for what rates feel like anyway. So I would just not worry about those and just use the default. And then once you feel comfortable with hovering, try to just cruise around real slowly. Because what happens when you first start is you'll go and you'll try to turn, and then you'll end up going like this. When you turn, you'll go backward. So in order to turn around more effectively, what you want to do is, as you're hitting your throttle, hit your yaw and your roll at about the same amount as your throttle. You gotta get the muscle memory down, but just sort of push it about the same amount as you're pushing your throttle, because you want to equalize the force that you're putting into the quad. Just kind of do some figure 8 movements just to get yourself comfortable with it. Because what happens when you first start flying drones, and what happened with me, is you would come out to somewhere and you would go too high in the air, and then you would start to there's a lot of this going on, you know? You'll go left and you're like, oh, and you overcorrect too much, and you go right and you overcorrect. It's because you freak out and you're like, oh, I'm going left, I gotta go right now. But just do it real slow. It's hard to actually explain it. The biggest thing is that it's just gonna take time and practice to get to a point where you can just fly around real casually like this. If you can get to a point where you're just flying around like this, you're gold. That's it, that's all you need. Then you're a professional FPV drone pilot. So once you're fairly confident with your throttle control and just navigating in an open area, try integrating some gaps into your flying. Find some trees or some fairly large gaps. Don't do anything too small, because you may not be ready for that. But if you feel like you're ready for that, then do it. But just try to find things that you can navigate around to help build your awareness of things that are around you when you're flying your quad. If you've been watching my videos since the beginning of my videos, since I started making videos, you'll know that when I first started, I sucked really bad. Now I suck a little bit less, but I used to suck really bad. I remember when I first started, I felt like I was breaking motors every day that I flew.
Look at that. That's all you gotta do, baby. That's all you gotta do. Fucking hit it a couple times and you got yourself a motor. Brand new motor, you just gotta hit it a couple times with a fucking wrench. And you're good to go. That's it. That's the magic of FPV.
And that's because I was probably going above and beyond my skill set, and I probably should have focused more on the fundamentals initially, and I really wish that I learned how to fly the drone instead of how to do tricks first. And if I would have just practiced flying around for a little bit longer instead of going to bandos and other spots that have gaps and stuff like that and trying to fly through in those places, I probably would have not broken so many things. So I guess ultimately the takeaway from all of this is that all you have to do is practice and fly as much as you possibly can. It's gonna take time. It's gonna take just getting out there and flying your drone. And even if you can't fly your drone, practicing in the simulator. Just, you gotta practice. That's just all it is. It's like that with anything though, you know? Just the more time you put into something, the better you get. That's really all it comes down to. So just fly your drone.